Morning, ladies. It's a beautiful day. I promised you guys I would make a quick video, and I'm going to talk fast because I was making notes last night, so I have a ton of different ideas. And the first one is, if you don't have one of our new success kits, I believe you can go into the back office and order one now. I would strongly urge you to do that. This book is the starting guide now that comes with the success kit. And it has lots of good information in it about what we're talking about here, which is ways to reach out to people past your warm market, and just different ideas for that, for increasing your network and that sort of thing. And this book goes through not only just how you should be doing things on social media, how to do that through social media, but it also does cover events like business launch parties, sip and sees, opportunity events and things like that. And then also how to go about sharing Plexus. So all of that is covered in this little book to give you ideas. The one that I always go back to first is the Franks list. And anybody that has been around for a little while, you know what this is, but for anybody new, it's friends, relatives, acquaintances, neighbors, kids, and service organizations. So even if you have been around for a while, this is the first thing I go back to, because inevitably you have forgotten somebody, or you have reached out to everybody that you're comfortable with, but not every single person on your Franks list. So go back and freshen that up. And when you're making that list, don't just think about the friends that you have now, like, well, I've already talked to all of my friends now, or people that I work with or whatever. Sit down and really spend some time creating your list and think about that whole person's network. So, okay, I know Jane from work, but she invited everybody from work out for her birthday last Friday night, and I met, Jane's sister and sister-in-law and whatever else, and they were talking about these kinds of things. So be thinking that way, not just that individual person, but everybody you know through them. That's what this is about. It's not that you know all of these people, it's Susan, and Susan knows all of those people. So when you go back through your friends list, be thinking about everybody that they know, and write those down as well. So, your current friends, but also going all the way back to, I have people on my team from high school that I hadn't talked to in 20 years, and I wasn't necessarily even that good of friends with in high school, but I reached out to them and they were watching my posts, and they eventually came back around and said, hey, I think I want to try this because I've got this, this, and this. So some of the things they mention in here, just like groups that you're involved with your hobbies or whatever. Maybe it's a hunting club, maybe you bowl, maybe you're part of a scrapbooking group or whatever, a book reading club, a mom's group, your relatives, acquaintances, service type things where you are giving service. Maybe it's through a church group or a volunteer organization or something like that is a way. And if you're not, then look for something like that to join that aligns with things that you're passionate about or want to help out with. Also, it could be the other way around, where it's people that are offering you service. So maybe it's your hairstylist, or the teller at your bank, or the person who does your taxes, or the person who changed the oil on your car, that kind of a thing. And also kids connections, not just parents of your kids' friends, but also remember, music lesson teachers and coaches, and again, not just that person, but who all do they know. So that's one place that I would start, and make sure that you've gone back and reached out to every single one of those. Then one of the suggestions on the page was looking at meetups.com. I've done that around here, and I haven't really seen anything that much for entrepreneurs or direct sales or anything like that, but there's no reason why you can't create one. So you can always create a meetup.com in your area, and it's just a way to get together, and it could just be something regarding your hobbies, and then that's just a way to increase, meet other people that have same interests as you that you guys can talk about. Start your own book club, scrapbooking group, wine club, or whatever, that you go to, a local vineyard on Sunday afternoon and have a couple glasses of wine, whatever it is. But go ahead and create those groups yourself, is another idea. One of the other things I wrote down, and some of these, it's definitely going to push you out of your comfort zone no matter what you do. So bear with me. I haven't done all these myself. These are ones that I've gone out and kind of done some digging on other pages and seen other leaders previously post some of these ideas. So I just started writing down all the ones I could think of to throw them out there. And we can talk about them or ask questions or whatever if anybody has done these. Another one that I've been thinking about is a place, for instance, like there's a Globe University. Well, that's all people that you know that are like kind of, you know, going back to school or looking for something extra or looking to start over or something like that. So I was thinking about actually just creating a flyer to put on cars at Globe University or something like that. Job fairs, be looking for job fairs and see if you can be a vendor. And if you can't be a vendor, maybe you just go there yourself and network with people and hand out business cards and talk to people that are there without actually even setting up a booth, or talking to the other vendors that are there and see if they're happy with what they're doing as they're a recruiter. I mean, that's, you know, that's kind of part of what we do is we look for people that are, you know, looking for a new job opportunity and looking for ways to get healthy. That's what their whole job is. So they're good people to talk to as well. You could create a sip and see at your own house. That's one thing that I still need to do. The 2 cul-de-sacs here are finally kind of, everybody has moved in. I think they're building the very last house on the cul-de-sac over there, and I want to go around and hand out and do like a little group sip and see kind of thing. One, just to get to know all of the women and the neighbors on these 2 cul-de-sacs here, and create some relationships. Just because my daughter is a good age, a lot of them have younger kids, so my daughter's a good age to babysit for them anyway. So I want them to get to know me and my family so they're comfortable having her babysit. And maybe it's an opportunity for some of them to duplex this as well. And then that gives them a chance to at least taste it and learn a little bit about it. So those are options. Businesses. You guys just sit down and brainstorm. There are so many businesses that you could go in and ask to put a flyer up in the break room. And then maybe even if you know somebody, like when you go back to your Frank's list and you think about your friends or people that you do have a relationship, ask, you know, where they work, ask if they would mind putting up a flyer in their break room, or if it's somebody that's a customer of yours and they're happy with that, but they don't want to be an ambassador or whatever, then maybe you could do a sip and see at their job place on a lunch break or on a shift changeover or something. And it's maybe just like a 15-minute thing where you talk about the triplex, or you hand out a couple testimonials, you give out some samples of the Ease cream, especially if it's something where people are on their feet a lot or whatever. Everybody gets a little sample of the Slim. It's just exposure, and it's just getting in front of them that first step. And then you can get information, you know, if you want more information about this or you want to talk in more detail, can you know, get their information. But that's definitely an option as well. It doesn't have to be a big, you know, 30-minute, hour-long presentation. And we can partner up with those things. If that's something you want to set up and you're not comfortable with, you know, take a sideline and split up the leads or whatever. But, you know, just have somebody there to have your back if you're uncomfortable thinking, oh, they're going to ask me something I don't know how to answer or whatever. Then take somebody with you. We're one Plexus. We will make this work. Oh, referrals. That's one thing I'm terrible at and I need to really work on, is making sure to ask all of your customers, and even anybody that you do talk to that isn't interested, asking them if they would mind giving you any referrals in exchange for a gift. I think, Heather B., if you wouldn't mind posting your referral program, I thought that was awesome. It was something about once she had 3 referrals from a customer that ordered, then they got a gift up to like $30 or $35. I think that's an awesome idea, like a bottle of X Factor or a bottle of Edge or Block or something like that. So creating a referral program and promoting the referral program so that your customers know about that, so they are sending you referrals. The other thing you could do is kind of go old school, just to kind of get some momentum, is you could ask some of your friends or family to hostess a sip and see for you, just like a lot of the other direct selling companies do. That thankfully we don't have to do that, is to ask somebody to be a hostess. but it is an option for a way to market our business. So you could ask some of your friends and family that, you know, are there to support you. I've done that before. Just to invite that network of people over to do a mini sip and see and get together. And they can have, you know, wine and snacks or whatever. It can be more of a girls get together. But, you know, hey, my cousin or my friend is going to come and share a little information. We're going to take a little test of this pink drink, and it's awesome. And I just, you know, would you mind just coming? And then you can reward that hostess again with a small gift of a bottle of Edge or a bottle of Block or something like that. Online groups, you know, joining online groups, aligning yourself with, and I think Misty had some really good points that she posted in the comments about how to post in those groups. But again, finding online groups that you have an interest in or you have knowledge that you can share. So think about your own health testimonial. If you struggled with PCOS and now you're doing fantastic, then you want to go out and join as many PCOS support groups and follow those on social media as you can, and be putting in information. And don't, like Misty said, don't make it plexus-wise. Just put in there, you know, hey, I found, these are some of the things that I found, or these are some of the things I tried that didn't work for me. And just kind of be putting those little tidbits in there, or reaching out to people if you see them struggling or whatever. You can just send a message saying, you know, hey, do you mind if I friend request you? I kind of went through the same thing and, you know, would be happy to share with you what's been helping me, kind of thing. People are happy to do that if you just make it genuine and just reach out to them and say, hey, I struggled with that too, and this is what worked for me. That's what this is all about. So don't be afraid to do that. It could be, you know, or even ideas of things to create friends. Again, going back to the hobbies, it could be like scrapbooking, it could be book reading groups, it could be moms groups, it could be, you know, holistic kind of stuff, cleaning groups, it could be food, people that love to make their own food, or, you know, like there's so much stuff out there. Whatever your interests are, those are the groups you should be joining on Facebook, because then you can get involved and add information. And people will see you posting there all the time, and then all of a sudden you kind of become a go-to person. You draw people to you. So offering information and being valuable in that group is what's going to bring you the new people. So let's see. Oh, don't be afraid to go for the big fish. This is one that I learned in Go for No. Is a no is a no. So whether it's your mom saying, no, I'm not interested, or it's the CEO of a $1 million company, a no is a no. So don't be afraid to go for those really influential people that have all kinds of ties, and they're, you know, they volunteer all over the place, and they're really high up in their company, or they own another small business or whatever, and you keep putting it off because you're thinking, oh my gosh, they're way too busy for this. They're way too busy for this. They would never do that. You know what? They're the perfect person to go to, because busy people get stuff done, and they're involved in all that stuff because they love making a difference in the world. They have a passion to make this world a better place and help other people. So go talk to them. Just put your fears aside and go talk to them. Practice and be confident and be positive, and go talk to them and just share that with them. People like chiropractors, massage therapists, you know, hair salons, teachers. Don't be afraid to go talk to those people. Daycares, you know, especially the people that already have an interest in that, like chiropractors, massage therapists, holistic healing people in any regard. And just call them up and say, hey, I've been introduced to something. I would love it if I could just sit down and meet with you for like 20 minutes and share this with you. It's something I just really think that you would be interested in and everybody needs to know about. And it can even be, you know, complimenting them and saying, I want to get as much feedback as possible on this. And obviously this is, you know, an area that you have a lot of expertise in, so I'd love for you to take a look at the ingredients and give me your feedback. It can be something as simple as that. Because most of the time they do take a look at the ingredients and they're like, wow, these are all really good, you know. Talked about that. Okay, so the last thing, sorry, this is going longer than I wanted it to. Oh, nope, 15 minutes. I was trying to stay in 15 minutes. So, I've thrown out a lot of things, like I said. If you have questions, throw them in there. If anybody has other suggestions, throw them out there. But one that my downline is doing this month that we talked about, and I think it's an awesome idea, is if you go online and you Google, like different holidays or health-related awareness months or whatever, every single month, or there's different weeks, every single week of the year, there's a different awareness or drawing attention to some sort of, health issue or whatever. For instance, October is breast cancer awareness. So for the last couple of years, the company has offered buy one, get one on the breast check kits, right? So you could do events around that. You could coordinate with somebody in your that that is using Plexus products to overcome specifically that issue, and they could come and be the testimony and talk about it. And you could even charge, you could have it at a restaurant, you could charge a little bit of money, have some giveaways, and then have a portion of the proceeds go to a local breast cancer awareness or charity or something like that. And I mean, there's just tons. There's autism organizations and suicide prevention and mental health, and there's just tons. Every single month there's something going on. She's doing it in a way that's going to be like a bingo kind of thing, like an educational thing, and she's pairing up with some other vendors. But you could just do it with just yourself and coordinate even with somebody that's really knowledgeable in the area. Maybe it's somebody that works with the American Cancer Society in town or something, and they could just come and share some statistics and some suggestions for, prevention that they have, and then you could couple that with our Plexus products and how they help out in that regard. I love that idea. It could even be in your own home. It doesn't have to be some big thing that you coordinate off-site or have to pay money to have at a restaurant or at a hall somewhere. So yeah, just be thinking, just open it up and just think, who can I connect with in the community that people already look to kind of as an expert in this area or really knowledgeable in this area, that you can form a relationship first off, and then have them kind of be your professional, or whatever you want to call it, and come to your meeting and just share some information as well. That gives you third-party validation. It's an outside person that's sharing about the information, and then you're filling in how the products help with the things that they're suggesting that you do. So those are some of my ideas. I hope you guys have a fantastic day. It's beautiful outside. I'm taking care of my nephew Caden today, so I'm excited. I get to see him, and we're going to take him to the apple orchard. And I love you guys all, and try reaching out for your 5 people today. Love ya.